about this game. I will never spell it properly when typing it for the first time. I gotta, like, the raw files for me are called, like, Mon Bazou. Some of the YouTube description temporarily was, like, Mon Bazou. It's just, like, I don't know. I gotta remember, it's Bazou. Bazou. Okay. So what are we gonna do today on Mon Bazou? I think we need to get our sugar shack started. We just made it home, I think, with some of the supplies that we originally bought. We did lose some tubing. I don't know if we need the tubing. But I think, like, here's the process that I have set up, okay? As we get started here, here's the process that I got stored up. We need to figure out the process for being able to harvest maple syrup. And then also, I think we need to cut enough firewood to get enough money to buy the stuff to scale the operation. Both vehicles doing fine. Maybe my to-do list has changed. Oh, whoa, whoa, whoa. Build the sugar shack. Buy a roll of tubing. Connect 10 maples trees to the shack. Sell a barrel of maple syrup to the Federation, fill the sugar tank to the top, and buy the can sealer. Sell a barrel of maple syrup. Okay. Build the sugar shack. I mean, that's like some heavy, like, draw the rest of the horse sort of advice, right? Build the sugar shack. I'm assuming maybe we build it here? I don't know. Well, I don't know. Like, what the heck is this a rain barrel? Like, do we get water? Okay, we do get water from this, maybe. Excuse me. I am a fool. I don't even want to think about how much gasoline I burned overnight leaving the generator on. Everything's looking okay out here. Build the sugar shack. You know what's a good idea here, I think? Put me on pause for a second. Alt-tab me. How to build sugar shack Mon Bazou. Sugar shack. The shack can be built by placing 64 pine logs on the wooden pallet in the forest behind the player's house. Okay, look, that's easy enough. Let's leave this tab open but muted because it's trying to play like some YouTube videos in the background in order to up their views, but that's okay. 64 pine logs on the wooden pallet behind the shed. Do I not know what a pallet is? It's in the forest behind your house. Further back, further back. Ah! Say no more. Okay. Well, you know what? I'm glad we have a goal for today to start with. Pine logs, so not split logs. And I got to see, you think, I mean, the idea, I guess, would be to load up the logs in the truck and then drive them over. But let's just see, we need pine. You're not pine. You're not an intellectual. Quad and buggy. I don't know how to put logs on the buggy, though, man. Pine. You're pine. So true. 64 logs. Okay. Oh, dude, it's Valheim. Okay, this is pine log. Good enough, good enough. Alright, this is gonna take a bit, but you know what? We can enjoy life as a result. This can't be regulation. This can't be OSHA compliant, but OSHA won't let you do anything, man. Oh, you can't stack a ladder on top of a ladder. Okay. Watch me. Where does this honest question? Because I've never worked like a real job in my life, which I mean I have worked. Let me put it this way. All of my jobs have been in the service industry, except I would say when I worked at Goodwill, that's the closest I came to a blue-collar job. You know, unloading and loading people's donations out of large trucks and stuff like that. That's blue-collar. But does OSHA... What power does OSHA have? Like, who are those eggheads up in, you know, on Bay Street in Toronto? Who are they to tell me, like, how to run my drywall business? Just because they live in a big glass building? I'm actually cracked at wood. I also used to work the dock at Goodwill. Legit, I'm sure there's, like, worse jobs. But I would say that's the only job I've ever had in my life that was, like, genuinely just pure shit. I don't think there was a single positive perk of working at Goodwill. Hey, could you guys just... Don't drive over my logs, okay? I'm gonna start loading up the truck. The anecdotes? Okay, well, the anecdotes was a plus of working at Goodwill, but I didn't have an outlet for the anecdotes until, you know, like 8 years after I worked there or something. I'm not complaining, I only worked there for like 2 months, but like it did suck pretty bad. Oh, parking brake? Oh, no, no, no. Every time. Dude, we gotta, like... As a society, we gotta level out the ground. You can't be doing a backflip in your truck every time you come out here. Put me in neutral. Thank you. Let me out. Alright. We didn't have anything back there anyway. Anxiety didn't even flinch. I'm just used to it now. You gotta flatten the curve? Haven't you seen the numbers lately? We did flatten the curve. Unfortunately, we flattened it with like a vertical asymptote, but I don't think that was originally what was intended. I gotta do 64 logs? Dude, no wonder people buy trucks. I've been... Maybe like once a month, Kate and I watch those like Korean dash cam videos, and it makes me laugh every time. You know, if you've ever seen like a Korean or a Japanese pickup truck, you know, they're like really low to the ground. They have a very small cab and a very long bed relative to their size. Almost every Korean dash cam clip is just one of those, either with an unsecured load, just like letting cement blocks fall off on the freeway, or it's just driving along on the highway, and then one of the tires explodes, and then it jackknifes and rolls over like 7 times before it stops. It's actually nightmarish. Kind of entertaining, though. Okay, do we have, like, some bungee cords or something? Like, this is... You can laugh at it. They don't show accidents where people die or... Well, I don't know. In one of the accidents, they were, like, considering the severity of the accident, the driver did not suffer significant injuries. And I was like, well, considering the severity of the accident, the driver should be dead. So... I would rather you just said, you know... They're fine, but... Okay, we're chilling. Hold on. The real question is how we're going to get down to the sugar shack without tipping over the load here. We got to find a good vector. Just send it. I think this might work, man. We might have to put it in 4-wheel drive, but that's okay. Look at this. This isn't bad at all. 200,000 miles. Yeah, man, they don't make it, well, it's kilometers, so it's like, you know, 60% less, but still, they don't make them like this anymore, man. Oh, what the heck? It's 7 p.m. I gotta go to sleep soon. Spent the whole day on WikiHow. Yeah, stop. Stop the car. At least we're close. Why didn't you cut logs near the shack? I don't know. This is my property. Place pine logs here to build. Okay. Look at that. It's just that easy. Then why are you building there? I don't know. Maybe I just own the building rights. You know, I'm not. Maybe I don't own the trees. I might just own this little parcel. That's it? I only put 9 logs in this thing? What a rip, man. I'm going to go home. I'm going to eat some poutine. I'm going to drink some maple syrup so I don't die. I don't mind leaving the truck there. We'll try to cut the logs near the shack next time. And we got all these back on our property, too. You might not own the parking space. Look, in rural areas, my experience, they tend to be somewhat concerned about the land. They tend to be not necessarily that concerned about the parking space because all the cars are parked on their front yard anyway. Okay, drop me in. I'm ready to go. Out of poutine? We can drive to the snack shack and get poutine. It's 1:52 a.m. I would like to skip the night, please. Thank you. Yes, you die when the maple syrup bar fills up. That's your water. Okay. Good morning, USA. I got a feeling that it's gonna be a wonderful day. I have no idea how you drive one of these pieces of you-know-what. Isn't there like a pull starter or something? Hold it like starting the car? Hold what, though? You left your fridge open? That's valid. Okay, 1 second. The red knob is how you start it. Okay, hold on. The red knob. The red knob. Flip it to green, then hold it. Okay, so like now that we're talking about it together, can we agree that it was not the red knob at all? Just throwing that out there. Now shift. Okay. Whoa! Look at this. Approximately the same speed as walking, I would say. And an unbelievable FOV. Oh, there you go, yeah. Okay, you're right, it's got gears. They got gears on this thing. Oh!
Pardon?
Ooh, hold on. Hold on. I gotta jump it, man. It's the only way. Forgot the chainsaw. You know what? You're absolutely right. I forgot the chainsaw. Apparently, there's also just a road behind the house.
Désolé.
Beautiful, beautiful. I'm just gonna leave this son of a gun on, man. No, obviously I can't cut it. I don't desire to cut it. I just wouldn't mind if it got placed on the... If you could just load it up, maybe? I'm walking, man. This is too much. Is it okay if it's on 1 bar of green? Parking brake? There you go. All right, we're going back. What a jump. I don't have a cart that I can pull yet, but I have a log splitter, but I think the log splitter can only hold, well, it doesn't even hold. Like you put 1 log in it and then like 3 seconds later 2 split logs come out. I do own these. Well, well, well. Save us a little time. Now, don't lose the chainsaw. That could set us back a little. I don't think we're going to finish this on today's in-game day. I think it is going to take us another few days, and we might have to take a day off, as God wrote about in the Bible, to go get some poutine in order to make sure that we don't die. Yeah, I think we have 15 of 64 logs. You know what? Maybe we can finish it today. Man, I haven't had a poutine in a long time. I bet it's been 5 years at this point. It's a common misconception, I would say, that Canadians, because it's a dish that's associated with our region, it's not like people are eating it like nonstop. Like, you know, people. I would say as an adolescent and as a teenager, I probably ate it like, you know, once every 10 days, maybe even once a week at my peak. But ever since I started, you know, I mean, I would say ever since I turned like 25, it's definitely like a sometimes food. I mean, here's the thing. Poutine is in a weird spot. Let me tell you, if you've never experienced it for yourself, the thing with poutine is somewhere in between like a meal, like an entree and a side. I think it's too robust to be a side that you feel good about. You know, like if you got a burger, getting a poutine as your, you know, fry analog is overkill. Like you're gonna be sweating and greasy. I'm not saying I've never done it. If you get it as a meal though, look, it tastes good, but it offers essentially no nutritional quality whatsoever. So there have been times where I've been like, oh, I could really go for a poutine. And then I ate the poutine and was like, just your body is like screaming for vegetables or some kind of like protein. It's just potatoes, gravy, and cheese curds. Again, it's tasty. Dude, I was laughing so hard when Justin was watching the egg roll video, but it was like tamagoyaki style. But he thought that it was like Chinese style egg roll that has like, you know, the pastry shell on the outside of it. And he was like, I just had a revelation. What the heck can I do with this? Oh, it's busted. And he was like, I just had a revelation. This is how you make an egg roll. And I was like, what the hell are you talking about, man? And he said, like, don't you just like make this and then put it in the deep fryer? And I was like, I mean, I was just in chat. I wasn't really like on the stream, but I was like, does the inside of an egg roll look like this? Does it look like 48 fried eggs? And he's like, now that I think about it, absolutely not. You know, you're right. I should be cutting them towards the drop point. Have you ever had a La Banquise poutine in Montreal? I don't think so. But most of my time spent in Montreal was as an 18-year-old when the legal drinking age in Quebec was 18 and in Ontario it was 19. I definitely have been, I've had some poutine at La Belle Provence, but I also feel like that's kind of like Quebec's version of like Subway. I'm not trying to say it was fantastic. I'm just trying to say, I'm just relaying my experience. It's actually top tier. But that's what I'm getting at. Like, not to be rude, because I actually think that if we're talking about Canadian cuisines, like I think French Canadian cuisine is like it's top tier, man. I don't get me wrong. I like the Atlantic cuisine as well. I like the fish. I like the lobster. I like the boils. Not like the kinds of boils you'd like get on your face, but like the kinds of like a seafood boil. But I think French Canada with the tourtières and the poutine, like the smoked meat sandwiches, that's the best. But again, you don't. I just feel like you'd go to La Belle Provence, and then you would get like a smoked meat sandwich that was 8 inches tall, and a side of poutine, and you're like, what the hell am I doing? This is like, it's like a 1,400 calorie lunch that, like, it tastes good, but it also tastes disgusting. 38 of 64. Oh, dude, Montreal bagels, too. You can't say it when there's Americans in the call. I know, New York is also synonymous with the bagel, but if you grew up, in Canada, the Montreal bagel is very well respected. Some might say the hold on, I want to cut it towards the point. There we go. Oh, all right. Some might say even better. Also, like, look, I'm not trying to take a side in the bagel debate. Vancouver's got some okay bagels. I wouldn't call them world class by any stretch. Siegel's pretty good, though. What's the other one that's popular? Solly's, but Solly's their reputation has been dragged through the mud because they have like a notorious manager who yells at her employees every time you're inside of the store. But I'm also a big fan, if we can make it a little bit more Ontario focused. I'm a big fan of the Kettleman's bagels. The Ottawa-based Kettleman's bagels. That's it though. Oh no? Okay, I was waiting for the delay. Kettleman's is Pog. I mean, a place loves their bagels. When Kettleman's Bagels is a bagel store, and I recall going there once at like midnight. Like it was open at midnight on like a Thursday. Hello. It's open 24/7? That's crazy. That's how you know you love the bagels, man. Kettleman's is 24/7. I had never been, like, look, not all of my stories involve the imbibing of legal substances, but I've never been to a city before in my life where after the bar, people are like, let's go out for bagels. That was new to me. That's the Ottawa difference. I can't believe, now that I think about it, I can't believe I've never talked to Sips about Kettleman's Bagels. He's from the region. It's the Ottawa difference, baby. Do they put too much cream cheese on? Nah, man. That's the thing. Because they're not part of the Tim Hortons hegemony, it's like you mostly get like bagel sandwiches, I mean, you can get some cream cheese, don't get me wrong, but it's more about like, the bagel sandwiches. I left for 15 minutes. He's still stacking these logs. Yo, honestly, we're getting pretty efficient with it. This is like, we're doing pretty well. Those trees that we cut down near our house, I'm just eating the loss on those. I feel like it's way less efficient to go back and pick those up. I think we're doing just fine on foot right now. It's only 11 a.m. We're doing just fine. Oh, you know what? That's right. Sell them for firewood. Yeah, sell them to Jacques. Do people in NA really spell it Donair? The way I understand it, okay, there's a regional difference. Donair is like an Atlantic Canada originated donair. We don't call it like donair kebab or anything like that. And it's very similar. It's, you know, like a log of lamb, thinly sliced, placed into a pita with some sweet garlic sauce on it and some other things. I have no idea what you're talking about. Donair has, and I'm speaking about the Canadian style. Donair has a, it's got a very high variance between good Donair and bad Donair, without a doubt. Also, when I was in university, one of the stores sold a food that was fairly tasty, but has to be the worst named food of all time. It was called Poonair. It was a donair kebab, but one of the toppings was poutine. I think they knew what they were doing when they made the name. I think they were like, we're gonna serve this to exclusively blackout drunk college students. Let's call it something disgusting, because they'll probably be more likely to order it as a result. I don't want to go to that tree. It's so far away, man. All we got are these dang maples out here that are actually going to generate all the money for us. Okay, we want to cut it towards... I thought you had to... I don't know how to do this, okay? This is not my area of expertise. It falls directly away every time. But directly away from what? Where I'm facing? Where the chainsaw's facing? Yes, from you. I gotta be honest, and I'm not... As long as we're talking about food, I'm not putting Justin on blast at all. But he's been watching all these street food videos, and some of them are pretty cool. Like, the workers are very skilled. You know, when you saw that guy cut out the jiggly coconut orb with, like, a weird knife that Hannibal Lecter would use to, like, make Ray Liotta eat a piece of his own brain, that's incredible. That takes a lot of skill. But I feel like street food... Well, okay, I've never been to Hong Kong. I've never been to Taiwan. I've never been to Singapore. But I feel like street food versus restaurant food kinda ass a lot of the time. Like, I lived in Korea. There's so many like Korean street food videos that are like, wow, check out this amazing Korean street food. And I'm like, I ate that shit like 10 times. It fucking sucked. It looked cool when they were making it, but then when I ate it, I was like, this is not that good. I would much rather just be, you know, eating at a kimbap Jungkook or something like that. Instead, I'm eating some kind of weird, like, pizza inside of a styrofoam cup that they can only make with, like, a proprietary oven or something like that. I'm eating a boiled hot dog wrapped in crinkle cut French fries. Look at this. Move back. Move farther. Move back farther. Move back, damn it. Wow, now you are too far. Come back here. Okay, okay. Very clever. Wow! One item has been checked. Olay Body Wash. Thanks for the gifted subscriptions. Thank you. Vacuum pump. Zero maple tree connected. Very, very bad. Okay, okay. Olay Body Wash. Bro, I'm just gonna say, I know we have a pandemic. I understand this is how it has to be. But shopping in 2021, legit kind of ass. You go up to like any place in the mall, they'll be like, hey, oh yeah, did you have an appointment here? And you're like, know your place, you're the body shop. I just need some hand lotion. No, I didn't call 2 weeks in advance to make an appointment to pick up my hand lotion. I just need to walk in. I can see it. It's right there. By the way, where's my chainsaw? Is it back here? Ah, saved. Okay. Thank God. I thought that the house landed on top of it. He got good grades, so yeah, we wanted to reward him with some hand lotion. All right, thanks a lot. See you later. Oh, you use the newspaper as fuel to evaporate the sap into syrup. I don't know how this shit works, dude. I have absolutely no clue how this shit works. Okay, it's 1 p.m. Our day is almost over, okay? So I think the first thing we should do is make sure that we don't die. So I'm gonna go load up. We got $86. I'm gonna load up this car with poutine and bring it back to my domicile. And then tomorrow, we're probably gonna sell that firewood. I'm gonna die. I'm gonna die. Best part of the game right here. What do you mean I immediately drove into a ditch? The whole freaking thing is ditches, man. Then use roads? How do you get onto a road if you're not on a road? You gotta go through Mother Nature. It does sound nice, man. It does sound nice. Come on. Come on, dude. I don't have time. The snack shack's gonna close. No, you can't. What are you talking about? Put the park... Oh, no. Put the parking brake on. Pick up your thing. That's why you put the parking brake on. Then you put this back here. And you put this back here. I love turning the stream on to see you in a ditch again. Yeah, well, do you love turning the stream on to see my incredible maple syrup sugar shack? Parking brake's still on. Very good point. Very good point. It's my mistake. It's only 2 p.m. I think they stay open till 7. We got plenty of time. This is gonna work. This is gonna work. Look at it. It's alive. The problem is that half of my car is in the ditch and half of it isn't. I need all of my car out of the ditch. If I can't do that, the second best thing would be all of my car in the ditch so I could actually drive. Where's my... Oh, there it is. Okay. Pick it up. Drop it in. Get back in. Now, this is a very important series of steps. Oh my god, I used half a tank of gas. 4-wheel drive. Shift up. Parking brake off. Yes! Get me out of here. I know we're still in first. I'm just trying to act like I've been here before. There's the road. What's the problem? Okay, you can get to the snack shack. I'm gonna need to buy two. So here's the flow chart, okay? Don't screw this up. Here's the flow chart. I know we're gonna need to buy tubing, but first, we're gonna buy enough poutine for a bit so that we don't die. We're gonna buy a few. Maybe we'll get some maple syrup while we're there. Then, we're gonna use the poutine and maple syrup as fuel to deliver that extra. We're gonna split those logs, deliver all the firewood to our brother to get some extra money. Then we're gonna use that money as a seed to start the maple syrup production. That's the play here. What a plan. All right, boys. The plan is, how have the races been going? Last race, I got pit maneuvered by John Travolta, spun out, and then I drove my car like a missile into the organizer of the race, and his hitbox caused the tubing that I had in my back seat to fly out. So I ended up, by succumbing to my basest impulses, I ended up hurting myself, and I think there's a lesson there. You're right. You know what? We could maybe deliver some pizzas. We're only like an hour early for work, and we got to do 2 tasks, so we'll probably be half an hour late. So I believe we're gonna turn left here. Pretty much perfect. There's our gas station. Skirt. How will you find your maple shack? Don't you worry about that. Home is where the heart is. I think we gotta give kids less homework and more housework, man. I've always been saying it. Energy, you know what? $2. That's money in the bank as far as I'm concerned. Little maple syrup never hurt anybody. Thank you so much, Jacques. You know what? For your troubles. Down the hatch. Bon appetit. Okay, we need some gas, but we don't need it yet, and it's expensive. I'm timing the market. Now we go to the snack shack, is literally right there. And we're buying in bulk. Okay, we got more than an hour before work. First things first, we're gonna eat a poutine. I guess we are not buying in bulk. Actually, we're gonna buy 3. But that's okay. All right. That's enough to keep us alive for 3 days. So, like, I'm not sweating it. If we could get it to not be upside down, that'd be kind of pog. You're not wrong. It'd be like the Ever Given for real. Physics. So this is what these things are for on a car. Bouncing your poutine. Okay, we got an hour till pizzas. Not really much you can do in an hour in-game except parkour. People were saying the chimney's got something written on it. So that's embarrassing. So of course it's a fake hole. Why are you looking down here? Ah, and imagine lots of smoke. Pretty funny. It's pretty funny. Thoughts on soggy poutine? Honestly, I'm all about most forms of poutine when I get the chance. Like a crispy poutine, over salted with gravy and curds, delicious when you can taste all the disparate elements. But if somebody hands you an aluminum tin and it just is like, it's basically, it's become one congealed mass, and you can't tell what's curd and what's like potato interior, I'm okay with that. Doesn't bother me. Thoughts on McDonald's poutine? I've had it a few times. Honestly, like, it's pretty bad. The McDonald's poutine, I mean, the fries at McDonald's are not made to be poutine vessels. The gravy is acceptable, kind of, but too thin. The curds are real though, which is nice, but I mean, if you're in a pinch and you basically just want some gravy, it's a way to get the gravy at least. A&W goes kind of hard on the poutine. Harvey's goes kind of hard on the poutine. But it's been a long time. I don't think I've ever had a Wendy's poutine. 15 minutes. 15 minutes. Let me in. I guess it's a Canadian thing, yeah. I don't know if we... most fast food places sell a variety of poutine in Canada. The only ones that don't are like... I'm trying to think. But, I mean, like a Subway doesn't have a poutine. You know, a Chipotle doesn't have a poutine. But any, like, fast food burger joint, they seem to have poutine. It does tend to be an expensive side. I think the McDonald's poutine is like it's a $3.50 upsell or something like that. KFC would be unreal. I honestly think they did for a while. I seem to recall KFC having a poutine. I mean, again, I've eaten KFC like 2 times this decade. Like a glove. But the KFC fries are like, that's not the problem with the restaurant. The fries are kind of sick. And the gravy's good. As long as they use real curds, they're 2/3 of the way there. I'm just gonna leave this shit in second gear, man. Life's too short. You know what? Oh, look at this. The economies of scale. See how distant it is? Distant enough that we'll drive to that. Okay. Parking brake. Dude, why would you ever not have it in second gear? Like, first gear there's no purpose to it. This was a dream day at the office. Look at this. First gear kind of cringe. Did you see that? Probably not. That was okay-ish fast. I'll take it. Did you see that McDonald's in Japan for the next 1 month is only going to have small French fries because of the floods that hit Abbotsford, British Columbia? I didn't realize that Abbotsford was like a potato supplier for McDonald's Japan. For what reason? It wiped out like a ton of crops. I guess Abbotsford exports a ton of potatoes to McDonald's Japan. Who knew? Do you take pleasure in that, you sick bastard? No, I'm just like I'm racking my brain because in Canada, I don't think they've had to do anything. I guess like maybe they're like, oh, the Canadians need their French fries. You know, like you'd think we'd be the first ones affected, considering that Abbotsford is like a 40-minute drive or something. You can buy from the U.S. I suppose I'm this way. My bad. Supply chain's tough both ways. I believe that. I saw the price of romaine lettuce is hitting an all-time high. Maybe I gotta switch my Caesar salads back to iceberg. I'm okay with that. I'm not picky. Iceberg's 80% lettuce. Yo, it's true, but you know what? Or 80% water, not 80% lettuce. It's 100% lettuce. But I was thinking about it the other day when I was cooking. You know what vegetable is full of water? Potatoes. Like, I honestly think if you were in the desert, if you just had a sack full of potatoes and a knife, you could avoid dying of dehydration for like a month. All you'd have to just crack the potato open like a coconut and just like put it in your mouth and like try to suck the water out of it. Like I genuinely think it might be better than carrying like a canteen. Well, no, not really. That doesn't make any sense. You could get poisoned. Oh, come on. You believe that? Yeah, if you eat it. You just drink the water, the poison can't get in. Look, it doesn't go bad, but it's like, it's about the principle. Why is it... I feel like the other poutines were like... They were stacked in here so nicely. These ones like barely fit. Are these jumbo or something? There's also a poutine in the ditch next to the flat area. You know what? No man left behind. Call me if you see it, okay? Other side. Near the truck. Oh! Target acquired. Thank you, thank you. Yeah, there's some street food for you. Excuse me, I'll pop that in there. I don't think I'm going to do a race tonight. I think I'm going to spend the rest of my evening. Look at that. I'm going to spend the rest of my evening doing some log splitting. Until I have to go to sleep. This way, we can then load those logs up tomorrow and sell it for firewood. How does that sound? Now, I'll be honest. This is not going to be like super efficient. But that's okay. You know, sometimes late at night, you just need something to like occupy your mind. Even if it's not the most efficient way to do things, you're like, I'm just having a good time, man. Can you see yourself playing this for a while? What's the problem? You out of gas? Hold on. That shit's empty, man. That is bone dry. You got any 0 liters? All right. Well, I guess tomorrow we're gonna go sort that out. Oh, you're right. That's my night ruined. Just go to sleep. Anyway, I don't know. I kind of see this like I see it a little bit like landlord super, right? Like you play it until the end of the content or until you're like ready for the content to end, which I think would be like, you know, in Landlord Super it's when we finished that house before the updates came out, and then in this, I don't know, maybe when we got like our sugar shack cruising. Oh, thank God the fuel cap's still there. Okay, what time does the gas station open? Great question. I think before the gas station opens, we could just do a little bit of menial labor. 8-ish, okay. Like, let's just bring these logs over here to be split. It's not open on Sundays? I don't believe that that could be true. If you own a gas station, you have to at least open once a day. Every day. Or you have to leave the pumps on. It doesn't have to be 24/7, but you at least have to leave the pumps on so people can pay. It's spring 2005 in rural Quebec. Yeah, I know, okay? Everyone's too busy watching, I don't know, like American Idol. They don't even know what Grey's Anatomy is yet. But still. Yeah, these guys are going to get a negative review on Yelp for sure. For sure. You should be able to siphon his gas. Just a little. I mean, come on, it's a log splitter. How much gas could it use? $100? Oh, that's so true. This, I don't even know right now because it's 2005. I don't even know about the global financial crisis yet. I ain't never even heard of the coronavirus. In a way, I'm envious of Mon Bazou, which is the name of the character in my mind. Although it is true, I will say, I feel like the mid-2000s were like peak gas prices in Canada. Gas was like, you know, $1.15 a liter back then. Oh, you're so right. This is also it's the NHL lockout, man. So we got nothing to do. Canadians goaltender is still probably Jose Theodore, man. They haven't experienced Carey Price, the rise of incredible offensive defenseman Sheldon Souray. The 2010 8-seed Canadians riding Yaroslav Halak to defeating the juggernaut number 1 seed Washington Capitals. They got a lot of interesting stuff. Yeah, Sidney Crosby ain't even been drafted yet. No, not off. Okay, first, sorry. Get off the painted area. It's a trap, and take the jerry can with you. So true. That would have been a huge whiff. Thank you. It's still good. It's just a little airborne. First gear. I can see in the rearview mirror the jerry can still chilling back there. Okay. I'm just young, rich, and tasteless. Peace. So true. Why go the long way? I don't know the short way. It's not gonna fall off, man. As long as we go at a reasonable speed. The 2005 draft was kind of insane. So who you got? You got like Sidney Crosby. Wasn't it like Bobby Ryan, number 2? Then it was like Gilbert Brulé. That's one where you really want to have the first pick. I know Carey Price went 5th. Honestly though, like in the NHL lockout sucked, okay? It sucked pretty bad, but when they did the full league lottery where all 30 teams had a chance to get Sidney Crosby, that's entertainment right there. Jerry Kane's still back there. Now look at him, he's old. I mean, he's like 34, maybe 35. He's only a couple of years older than me. What the heck? Younger than Sips, though. You see this?